Back like we never left.
What's up, baby?
Move that bottom so they ain't see you.
You always want the drunk.
Okay. Bring it on in.
Make sure y'all like this motherfucker. Go back in this bitch.
So, we back on these bitter ass bitches. That's baby mamas. And where do we leave off? You probably was talking about some whole other shit.
We left off on me saying, all right, let's just start over. Fuck it.
Why gotta start over?
All right, so look, it be just mind boggling for me when people in life feel like they plan is what it's gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
and then it be what them hoes say behooving of me. Of their reactions
What the fuck is
after
behooving?
it's like preposterous.
Oh, scoot over some, babe, so quick.
For the reactions after they're so sad that it didn't work, when it's like in life you plan for the possible, the impossible, and the outlandish, and it's outlandish, but it could possibly happen because I thought of it.
I think the idea of having a plan, it sounds good.
Yeah. That's the high. That's the
Yeah.
high to actually know something, and it was like, oh shit, that went. That's the last thing they plan. Because now bitches is clowns.
Mm.
You know why? Because your people rather look good and lose.
Okay. They look bad and win.
They look bad and win. That's
what
why.
that nigga said. How many of these chains to set
Hello,
your family back
hello.
to dinner?
Oh my bad, I'm trying to see.
Let me see. I'm gonna turn up this.
Because
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's white man can't jump.
Yeah.
They be sleep on real shit.
I never really watched that movie. Like
Anything that makes sense to a black man is, or a black human, you gotta show facts. But anything dumb as fuck, they gonna ride with. These motherfuckers told you that life is about to end. Go stack up on tissue and potatoes, and you did. But the moment the motherfuckers say they trying to kill us, it's like, who? The enemy, cuz. Like, what? Shut your stupid ass up. But where we left off at was never paying attention to the child.
Mm-hmm.
Never all the shit that you planned for, all the moves that you thought to make this man's life miserable. You never thought of the child. Now you somewhere trying to make up friendly conversations to get advice and slipping up and motherfuckers finding out that it's you.
Mm.
You know, like shit like that.
Ain't that the truth?
What?
You know,
somebody not gonna like that. Somebody not gonna like that.
Let me sit up there. I'm sitting up.
No, talk your shit. Because that's some real shit.
I just feel like that's some shit that need to be said.
Yeah. I only speak like that because no disrespect to nobody sitting here. I feel like I should and have the right to be the bitterest. And they never thought to even think that way.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone look it or act it.
Yep.
And you motherfuckers is mad that a motherfucker gave a ring to a next motherfucker and me and you playing some shit without me. Me and you playing some shit without me. And you mad because without me, I did something else. That's that. Bitch, you giving me a hard time. You pregnant with the next nigga, baby. That's that. Like one of them. Like
Yeah. Or I'm still in the same position when you left, so you need to be in the same position too.
That.
Who?
That right there.
Who?
Right.
Not me.
You see my hat? How bad?
Who?
Look, y'all hear me? How bad?
No, because I mean, like for example, I got 2 kids. They twins, girl and a boy, right? And just imagine me being on a fuck my baby daddy. I go, fuck him, fuck you, fuck this. I ain't fucking with you. You know, I'm gonna go find another nigga to help me take care of these kids, and you know, for whatever reason, my baby daddy just had twins, a girl and a boy, with his other girl. With his fiance.
The day before their birthday.
A day before my kid's birthday. And then I just come out of nowhere and be like, oh, well, you don't never see your kids, and what's the, like, bitch, you wasn't even thinking about me, thinking about what I had going on, thinking about my kids, seeing me, talk to me, all of that shit. But when you see I got some shit going on, and what you thought you planned out ain't work, now you mad at me because I got, I got some shit going on, and you feeling like your child is getting left out. I mean, your children are getting left out when all alone. It should have. Yeah, like that's bitter as fuck. You feel me? Because I don't know what to say. It's just bitter as fuck. It's just bitter as fuck to make a move like that, to think that, like, like, oh, I could do it on my own. I could take care of these twins. But then when I see you got, like, bitch, you got a girl and a boy over there. You need to do something for mine. When it could have been that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't like about these bitter ass bitches that be pulling that card.
Yeah, because it's a difference if you had a chance in the beginning. It's a difference if you spoke in the beginning what the issue was. There's 2 things about that. You never spoke on an issue in the beginning because you're either happy or they was doing what they were supposed to do. So the fact that you was happy, now that you're not happy, it should be a unwritten law that, bitch, you can't double back and down this man. And then if he was doing what he was supposed to do and then ain't doing what he's supposed to do now, y'all supposed to have a relationship where something going bad to the point where you can't bash him off what he can't do. That's just on probable cause of being a baby daddy. There's so many women out here. I was listening to a conversation earlier. The nigga said, this bitch is, I forgot the word he used, but it's like a psychological word. You know how it's like a womanizer? It's a word for a woman, and she like scout her prey and attack. The bitch went somewhere for him, knowing that she was going there for him, got him, invested in his career, had a baby by this nigga, and then they bubbled. Like, it's bitches out here that plan for shit like that. So the moment that your bubble didn't bubble, bitch, because that bitch was... Yeah. It's people out here that plan like that. And the moment your plan didn't fall through because your execution fell short, you can't blame the person that you pushed away and after so long was okay for your push away.
Because after so long, a motherfucker gonna be like, what you want me to do? Like, You know, I'm steady trying, and it's kind of like the fuck. It is what it is. I gotta move on with my life.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You feel me? And once they, it can't. What you mean? Once they move on with their life, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's bullshit. It's bullshit as fuck.
You can't, as a human being, expect somebody. And this is facts. Fuck a title to it. This is human nature. Get that off your mouth. You can't expect for somebody to heal in the trauma you gave to them, and when you realize that they is really what the fuck it is that some shit need, expect them to open the door and they healness.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like
part 6 in recovery. Any anonymous 6 is you go mend what you broken. A lot of people only stop at you go mend what you broken. They don't go past but that comma. In the mending, you can't expect everybody to be accepting to your change or believe that you really is new, and you can't allow their rejection in your mending to send you back to whatever it was or hatred or anything, you know? So, bitch, again, here you is at a mirror.
I think also once you gotta realize too that whenever you're going through something, if you're constantly the one being victimized, maybe you're the fucking problem.
It's a such thing of a victim being the problem because you allow a lot of shit, you know? But then you got to look at, you can't really say that because, again, I live off characteristics of the person. Because a story sound good about something, I'm not never fit to go back in my mind about the motherfucker that they was around me before I judge them on those situations. You know, like, she can't just come tell me something and because her story good enough, I'm going to believe it because I know the characteristics of you. I know the nigga that you move. I know how you move. Mm-hmm. So these weak-minded bitches is okay to hear a certain something of you and make their own story and lead off certain shit, you know? So to fall short of that, what the fuck else could you know? There's no way fuck possible I'm finna be somewhere. Now, this is only if you ask me. There's no way fuck possible I'm about to be somewhere and allow somebody else's story to emotionally move me against somebody that ain't did shit to me. Mm-hmm.
Say it one more time, because I don't think they might have flew over.
There's no way fuck possible. Mm-hmm. I'm about to be sitting somewhere and let another nigga's story emotionally move me about a nigga that I experienced that. And even if he did do that to you, I can't emotionally feel no type of way towards that because he ain't did it to me. So all these dog ass stories or I hate him ass stories or he ain't coming home because of this ass conversations and that directs bitches' minds. Mm-hmm. I brought reality back to the conversation we talking about. That's how weak our community is. And it's sad to the fact that we got so many broken homes, so many lost ass kids, a lot of situations going on, and we okay to say, I ain't never found a bitch, a nigga, a parent, a relative that gave me a pacifier in any of my situations. Bitch, I'm not rubbing your back through yours. Bitch, pick up. Come on, let's go. And if that's where my brokenness hold, I'm gonna glitz that bitch up so good. That's just what it is.
But I personally think that, people have to notify their childhood issues to where they don't pass in their adult life. Like, and it's a lot of mothers out here that has broken childhood issues and they pass them off to their children.
Yeah, because they thought the answer was in the bed.
And
under
it's
the nigga.
unfortunately that,
That's
we
the
never
reality of
know.
it.
We never know when, God bless us with our children. But I also feel like, I think somebody said it earlier, I can't be right to try to take care of a child. Like, I can't be happy and think that I'm gonna pass this happiness on to my child. Like, because if I'm bitter and I'm mad, then it's gonna be passed off to my child.
Mhm.
So I think that people have to identify the problems that they had in their childhood, the problems that they had based off of just them being an adult. Like, people have to take accountability for them being who they are. Like, you have to take accountability that you fucked up in that relationship. Like, you have to take accountability that you might have pushed that man away. You have to take accountability for what it actually is. Don't push it off on nobody else. Like, oh, it's all you, and play the victim. Because the same way how you feel like you're the victim, that person feel like they're the victim too, because they putting up with your shit just like you putting up with their shit. It takes two to fucking tango. So I feel like in today's society, as parents don't take accountability to the actions that they do that make the other parent feel some type of way, or that make the other parent.
Society is built, and I'm a type of nigga that go deeper. Society is built to make us only stop at that thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, school teaches us math and to be able to hold certain shit, but it only teaches us a 15-second attention span, which fucks us.
But
which means we can't build an execution plan in our mind. We can't invest in a after a failed problem. We can't think past what the fuck is in our face. That starts in school. They already teaching us to say fuck shit. When you did a reading test to see if you knew how to read, they told you before you read, skim through it, say the important shit, boom. They didn't intentionally see that you really don't know what the fuck. You didn't grasp, and you only knew to read the words fast. You wasn't taught to understand them words, read it, and know what it's saying in that sentence.
It's not a person.
That's fucking you up in the system.
No, technically.
And in the home mind, it's like, I need to go get this money. I need to pay these bills. I need to feed this kid. They got a system to send them to school to learn some shit. Boom. So in the parent mind, your frustration is so much on providing for this child that you forget and you think that the school is to raise your child. You ain't giving them that you're not teaching your child what it is and then sending them. You're kissing them and letting them know that you love them and send them to learn it from some of the fuck body else who don't really give a fuck about nothing but a paycheck like you. Because your whole words is a pay. You feel me? It's a system to break us. It's way deeper than yes, the childhood fucks with us because what happened in the home, but what happened in the home only stimulates from what we're going through now.
But I feel like the only reason why I say what happens in the home is because when you really actually look at today's society, it's like our children, when we was kids, we had certain shit to look back on. Like, we had certain shit that.
What was you doing?
We had certain TV shows that we looked at shit. If our parents didn't get some type of advice off that TV show, the kids actually got some type of advice off that TV show. But when you really actually look at today's society in 20th century, it's like our kids don't have shit to look up against, where if your parents is having some type of, like, they got some type of disagreement about, teenage sex. Like, back then it was a TV show, whether it was the Cosbys, whether it was D.L. Hughley, whether it was My Wife and Kids, whether it was Married with the Children. Like, we actually had TV shows that related to us. Shit that we went through. But when we think about our kids, what the fuck do they got?
The TV show raised us, and then they sent us to school to some white motherfuckers that sent us home with baby dolls to play like.
But do you think that the TV
a motherfucking parent?
But do you think that the TV shows raised us, or do you think that the TV shows gave our parents a totally different outlook?
Our parents weren't looking at them shows with us. We were.
But let's say we didn't have, like, let's even say back to Richard Pryor comedy shows. Like, it wasn't for us to watch, but everything that you everything that you're supposed to watch, you're supposed to gain some type of knowledge from. Everything you're supposed to watch, everything you read, you're supposed to gain some type of knowledge from. You're supposed to learn something every single day. So if I put on a TV show, what the fuck am I watching this TV show? This TV show not teaching me nothing. So even though we weren't actually watching the TV shows,
that's why I watch Jocelyn, so I can learn how to do this. Walking like a dog.
But our parents might have been watching them and they might have been able to.
I knew she had her eye on me.
I have my eye on
I should have said it. I swear.
But no, for real.
Never bad.
You know, because I just feel like today's society is so fucked up that you have to think back to what they want us to be programmed to. Everybody is so focused on Instagram. Everybody is so focused on goals and this, goals, that, this, that. But what the fuck do you gotta do to make it to that? What the fuck do you gotta make it to? Everybody say Sierra prayer. What the fuck is Sierra prayer? Is that actually a thing, or is that just something that somebody labeled? The fact that she had a kid by somebody and she was able to learn from it, have multiple kids by this man, and this man makes her happy, and now everybody is just so wrapped around a Sierra prayer. What the fuck is a Sierra prayer?
Yeah, I don't know. I get on social media and shit like that, but I don't compare.
I know she is happy. I know she did change her first son, future son, last name. I know he is a football player.
Uh-huh.
That's all I know.
I think they named it Sierra Prayer off the fact that, you know, every woman want a nigga like him. So they trying to figure out, damn bitch, what did you do to get this nigga?
Exactly. But my thing is why does every nigga want a woman like that? Bitch. Because I just feel like
only say second.
But when we're talking about today's society,
but what I'm saying is you can't pray for a man like that. You're not Sierra. So you're praying for somebody,
and that's what she said.
You need to pray for your own.
You can't.
But no, no.
Sierra and you giving Ebony.
That's what I'm saying. That's what she just said.
But I just feel like
let me out.
That's what she just. No, look. Let me say this. That's what she was saying to basically say, and I'm going in on what you saying. Like, y'all so busy focused on Sierra prayers and y'all hearing it out, but y'all not even the kind of bitch that she is.
Exactly. You should be. If you need to
Ebony.
You need to be praying. You need to be
watch
praying
me
for your fucking self.
Who told you to watch me, mama? Yeah. I've been watching myself for a long motherfucking time now.
Corey trying to
so I feel like making some extra money on the
side.
Why
you trying to be funny? Stupid ass. What you was saying, Corey?
No,
she on a motherfucking.
I'm just saying, I just feel like people.
He said you gave me like your cousin though.
I feel like people just need to stop comparing themselves to shit. Period. Yeah. I just told somebody the other day, I don't watch porn no more because I just feel like when you watch porn, it's almost like a comparison. Like, I want to do this shit. I want to be able to do this shit. Like, I want to. I just feel like I don't need to compare like.
I don't look at it like that. I don't want y'all to drift off of the whole. So
if you watch it enough,
social media, and I bought up social media for a point. So if you have fucking adults looking up to social media, then what do you think that the kids is looking up to? Like, if the adults is looking up to social media, and you have kids that's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, different type of things, like they have access to look up to white families. So now in their mind, they're like, damn, like I wish my family could be like this white family. Damn, I wish my dad could be like this person. So if adults don't break some type of chain to where you look up to me like I'm your role model, like if parents don't figure out what that they can do to where their kids look up to them, then it's going to be broken.
This how I feel. This how I look at it. And this is what I do with mine. You feel me? We can't stop the inevitable. We can't stop what they say. We can't stop what's going on. We can't nothing. So before you in my home, under my roof, can see any of it, experience any of it, one of you, let me see something educational. You got this amount of time doing this. You need to do this first. I need to see, okay, boom. Okay, here go tablets, here go phones, here go, because we're not going to be able to stop all that.
I just feel like,
but it's something that you're going to have to present to me other than a smart ass mouth, can take the trash out, can probably, do a dance or do a sport,
And I feel like as a parent, it's up to you to change that narrative.
Right. Exactly.
You need to let you explain to them that a lot of this shit is not going to be your life.
Yeah.
You need to understand that. That a lot of this shit is not going to be you. You're not going to be able to live this type of life or be that type of person.
But when you say, and this is just a general conversation, like this is just something that I see. But when you say that, imagine if a child looked up to, you have children that looked up to LeBron James. But when I was a kid, the first person that you looked up to was your father or your mother. Like that was like your superhero. But nowadays,
that's
kids is bypassing.
The parents are not in the home. Electronics is teaching.
Hold on. Because I'm about to break that down too. Your kids is looking up to somebody else. Mm-hmm. So is it electronics is in the home, or is it parents are not being and pushing themselves to be their full capability to be a role model for their children? Because like you said, a mother work all day, they forget about certain things, and they got this and they got that. So today's society, if a mother is doing that, guess what your daughter look up to? She get on Instagram, she sees supermodels. Shit.
How many friends do you know who sit at a table with their kids for dinner?
Shit. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Kids is locking themselves in their rooms eating. They're not coming home until they already ate. If they is at a table, it ain't nothing but a device in their face. They're not hearing. It's no connections nowhere.
Exactly.
And the fact that we feel like an item, a bling, a shoe will fill the void of your absence is better than anything is sick, because that only leaves room for a child to make up their own imagination. And in that imagination, it grow envious of you.
Exactly. But like you said, mind control, right? So you go back to mind control. So if we let them mind control us, shit. But also we let them mind control our kids, buy tablets, certain shit like that. When they go to school, it's just not tablets. It's when they go to school, the teachers is teaching them what they want to fucking teach them. I remember my fucking son came home with a fucking LGBT fucking project.
Right.
So now I'm like, I'm gonna break it down to you, and now I gotta tell you, because fuck somebody else telling you.
Not like that. That's what I meant by we should already prep them before they go to the motherfucking school.
But
to these
I
white
didn't know
you not supposed to even give a fuck about to know to think to let a mother. You
Girl,
feel me?
I didn't know that it was a whole LGBTQ month. I didn't know that.
Whatever it is to stop population of our type of sense, they gon' do it. They gonna enforce that type of no more population of us. Like, okay, let's anywhere. Let's start at the kid.
Yeah.
Let's start. It's way bigger than just.
It's way bigger.
Yeah, my whole mind, my head on everything, and I get on their ass. They'll red flag me.
Yeah, right. Because I'll be getting down to the fucking TV show.
That's why it's important for you to have a connection with your child in the home before you think to send them to somebody that's going to teach them 2 + 2. Because eventually, as the time go, 2 + 2 gonna be 2 cars plus 2 cars, 2 basketball plus 2 basketball, 2 men plus 2 men. Like, you know, as the time progress, this is how they gonna start teaching our motherfucking kids.
Right.
To the point certain schools don't have books anymore. It's electronics.
Yeah.
You know, it's not only is it a way of trapping our minds, it's taking us away from the real fight.
From the real.
You know, it's very important that we open our children's minds. It's very important that we teach our children how to protect themselves, bear an arm, you know, the proper what, you know, it's very important to educate your children.
Like, it's crazy to the point where now our kids is 10, 11, and 12, and we have to teach our black boys that when a police officer pull you over, or if they stop you, you throw your hands up, drop everything, take your, like, it's so crazy. That's why I said, like, we could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
But see, this is the thing about it is they should have been taught you that, because this shit been going on. See, I was taught that at a young age.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
but y'all just made my point. What child should have to be taught that? That's my point. Like, a child should be a child. Like, a child, if a child is walking down the street, like how we have parents send their kids to the store. Like, a child, a police should know a child when a child is a child. But now you have the police targeting a child because he's a black man, to where now you got to teach your kids at 9, 8, 10. The police stop y'all.
As an adult, living the life I lived and was okay to the life that I lived, it's not going to be a motherfucking day in hell that I'm going to birth a child, and in that birthing a child, not want to expose them to that type of awareness, and then think it's okay at any motherfucking age to walk to a store. Because the moment I think to hide my child from the realness, it's going to be in my baby at that. No, you can't walk. I'm going to take you, but you won't. I'll bring it back. Like, you know, it be those type of
locks. But we have to speak. We have to speak in general. You have some mothers that work 2 jobs, barely trying to make it. And if I tell you
that's your fight, you be open with your child.
But if I tell you,
if that's your fight, you be open with your child, for the simple fact that now this baby gonna have to walk home. So you gonna rather hide him from the realness and make him walk home and gotta get chased home every motherfucking day, beat up and scared to tell you because he's supposed to be a man.
So how many men do you think back in the day that actually had to do certain shit like that because they was a single parent and mother was working 2 jobs, no father in the household?
No, I'm saying us. That's the generation we come from. So us now is what we do. We ain't have that.
So you still don't think that that's going on in today's society where a mother could be working?
No, I'm speaking from an aspect of, if that's you, I'm speaking to our discussion comes from opening other people's eyes from situations that they've been through. So at the fact that you're that parent where you're scared to show your child the real, but your reality can't hide them from the real, you don't make them go learn the real on their own. You tell them the real in the home before they open that door and go out of it. That's what I'm saying.
Baby, that's me. I don't care what I got going on in life. I don't care how many jobs, whatever I got going on in life. It is my responsibility. Once she left my nutsack, it's my responsibility. It is my responsibility to guide her and let her know that everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and I get it. You know, we shouldn't have to worry about it, but we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality. That's the reality.
Our dreams is okay. It's okay for our dreams to be. We shouldn't. But when you wake up, that's our reality, and it is, and that's what you do.
But that's the thing with speaking with we shouldn't. In that situation, this shit been going on for years. Years.
Bro, my great grandma was born in 1910, bro.
And excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Go ahead, baby.
So, yeah, I have to check her real quick.
Yeah.
So,
one.
I know I'm on strike two. So yeah, I'm racing there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
because I wanna. Who gonna test? So look, no, this should be. It's just been different. It's been different, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's
been happening in different ways. Yeah. Like, you know, you had the police, and then you had, you know, the motherfucking white men that just can do it just because they was white. Then you had, you know, it just
the teachers.
You
got school staff. I mean,
Trayvon Martin, and then he killed that person. Zimmerman.
But no, I'm not even talking about then. I'm talking about back then to where
I'm saying different ways.
Yeah,
you said white people think they can just.
But this nigga, this nigga was acting off of like if he was back in the days when, you know, when if you smile at a little white girl, you get your ass killed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So Tilt.
Yeah,
they lied on him.
Yeah, so
because
this shit been going on
because in different parts of the world, it actually like is like that. Like it actually is.
You know when you go visit out of the country. When you go visit out of the country, is a certain part as a tourist that you go to that they're friendly to you in, and if you pass the limits of the tourist part, like we're in a actual residence and all that, they'll frown upon you like you think you fit to stay here or you're not one of us type attitude. You know, like this same motherfucker that serves you one of them things.
Mama, like
you feel me? If you see them at the on a corner store or they house, they'll turn you down and call the police type shit. You know, that type of shit. Yeah, it does happen in the world, but on a reality basis, why you walking into them people's shit? For real. Let's talk facts. I'm not never finna tell a nigga, oh, that nigga was wrong for treating you like that. And because wherever I stand in my shit, let me be any 10 miles, 4 yard stretch of mine. Because that's how big mine is. I'm not finna act a donkey how I want a donkey. Oh, yeah.
But you know just as well as I do, where we come from, ain't no nigga gonna tell me where I can and can't go.
So how you gonna tell me to jump on a bandwagon if you on some racist shit and them people shit? And to me, I should be quiet because now I'm against my people. No, I'm not against my people, but my people, bitch, why you there? We over here. We don't know shit about them, but on wooty woo at the Panda or the...
But my thing is but that doesn't mean that I don't have the right to be there, though.
It don't mean you got a right to be there. But being there, no, I'm not telling you you can't be there. I'm telling you when you be there, remember how you act when you in yours.
But
that's what I'm saying. And don't feel no type of way about them acting how you act in yours, in theirs. That's what
I'm not acting like shit because my thing is if a nigga step in my yard, that's his choice. But what you're telling me is you're gonna take my life right now, saying that I don't have a right to be here when I do. That's what they doing. They taking your life, saying that you don't have a right to be here.
I'm not saying here.
No, I'm saying that's what they do. When they took Trayvon Martin's life, when the dude
he did that here.
But I'm saying
that we was to cross any boundaries.
It don't matter. But it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
The girl Brittany Garner, the basketball player that's stuck in Russia right now, she was out there in Russia, literally on business. She had a reason to be there. She out there playing women basketball for Russia. She had a contract with Russia.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if she was out there. Personal.
Look, they got her
right to be there.
They got
That's
her
the thing, though. But
no, let me say this.
No. She has a right to be there.
But it's no way possible you gonna have a right to be there, jump off the plane, they just gonna grab you. You did
let me tell you, she has a right to be there, but that weed pen, vape pen, whatever she had, that's what they don't like there.
That's what they took.
That's why she in jail.
Yeah, but that's
you can't go to nobody else shit and expect them not to act how they act in they shit.
But
and then want a bandwagon to come. That's what I'm saying.
This is what I want to ask you. Okay,
she went against their rules.
Let me ask you this.
You went in their shit going against their rules.
What's the black boy name?
Trayvon Martin.
No, the last one that the white people just went to jail for, Aubrey, whatever.
Audrey, I think.
That boy was jogging in a neighborhood. They took his life for what?
Well, you.
What you saying is I don't have a. They took his life, saying he don't have a right to be here.
But you can't.
That's why they took his life.
When you gotta go into debt, he went. I'm not trying to justify.
He didn't. It ain't no justification.
I want to hear. I want to hear what she got to say.
They did that here.
Vacant home.
They did that here.
He was jogging.
They did that down south where they think that shit is like that.
So basically, for starters,
he ain't leave out of his zone.
He technically
he didn't. No, he didn't.
Well, that's he
didn't live out his.
It don't matter. That makes it even more fucked up. Is it happening?
No, that's the same because it's kind of like, nigga, I ain't leave nowhere. And I'm in my own motherfucking state, in my own city, and y'all take my life and basically tell me I can't be here.
No, what I'm saying is, if we was to go to Russia, if we was to go to China, if we was to go to Japan,
it don't matter because if a motherfucker
listen to me, babe. If we was to go out of our country and go against out of our country rules, whether it's a vape pen, a cigarette, whatever, and they get at us with their rules, we have no right to go against it. If we're in our shit and he just jogging and you try to kill him because he's jogging in his shit, he didn't get on no plane and go nowhere. This his shit. Give a fuck if it was his city.
I just feel
this his shit.
But I feel like that's not. But I feel like that's not what we was talking about. If I go somewhere and break the rules, if I break the rules here, I gotta deal with.
He didn't break the rules.
But
she's talking about the girl Brittany.
The girl Brittany been playing over there for seasons.
It don't matter.
They're basically saying is that why all of a sudden, if she been taking the dad pens, this is why they're saying that it's bigger than the dad pens. Right before she got arrested, Biden went on the news and said, "We're holding all Russia assets. Can't nothing in Russia move. We're holding their bank." This is when they started holding Starbucks. This is when they took McDonald's away. This is when they took other things away. So the United States is basically saying that she's basically being held as a pawn because if I've been over there for seasons and I've been bringing dad pens and y'all ain't never said anything about dad pens, we got to actually look at the bigger picture.
No, we're talking about somebody. Soon as he has me like, being a nigga, as soon as I see it was war, I'm getting out of there. I'm going.
Well, my thing is this is my thing. It's still against the fucking rules. It don't matter how long she been there.
Yeah.
That's like saying my daughter, she get in trouble. I don't ever whoop her, but this time I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Exactly.
So I can't whoop her because I ain't never whooped her before.
But
right.
But
that's what I'm saying.
With everybody going, that's just like if somebody people take it all the time. They take weed to others. They take weed to other states.
They take weed to other states that's legal.
Yeah, no, because the only states it's only really 7 states in the United States.
Those are the only places that you're supposed to travel into with it. So if you're talking about states that can't have that, your point now.
Basically, before they arrested her, before the war and all that shit was supposed to be happening, because she's an American basketball player. She was the only one that still was there prior to her leaving. So if I'm about to start a fucking war, Trump ain't president. What's gonna keep the shit going is if I hold you as a hostage, right?
But what makes that bitch so special? Like, to hold one person for a hostage on like
what make it's not necessarily saying what make her special. It's just that the fact that when have the United States ever prisoned somebody from Russia, it ever was like, oh, we're holding them for a vape pen or we're holding them for this when technically
it all depends. It all depends on what it is. Because if somebody come over here with a vape pen, You know, we don't be giving a fuck about shit like that.
But that's like fuck that. They came from overseas when COVID happened. If they
America cold.
Well, no, what she's saying is it's never been broadcasted because we don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It never been broadcasted how it's been broadcasted about this girl Brittany to where United States held somebody from Russia. It never been broadcasted. Right. Yeah, they cold as fuck, but we don't know. It's not on the news and it's not being talked about.
So what make this one girl
so special
to be talked about when, like you said, America fucked up? All the people that came overseas when COVID first happened, motherfuckers that was coming from China,
well,
the temperature was high. We could have held them into confinement.
Well, I just feel like the only thing that makes it significant is that she's somewhat of a celebrity. She's a professional basketball player here. That's to me. If it was an average motherfucker, it wouldn't even make the news, bro.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason why. If it was an average person, it wouldn't even make the news.
She's not a celebrity.
She's a professional. She's not in college. She's a professional.
Yeah, she's a professional.
But that's the only.
What's she doing in Russia?
She's playing basketball
overseas.
Oh yeah.
But that's it. It's just she's professional. Other than that, if it was a regular person, they wouldn't even give a fuck. But
that's off of her being put in jail. It's not off of her like, oh, they seen a vape pen and then they killed this bitch, or she came over there and then they killed her. Versus,
do you know that they got her in jail in the United States is trying to communicate with them, and they basically saying like they don't even know where the fuck.
I'm not never saying fuck her, but I don't want to talk about it.
No, but this is my thing though. Like she said, they're not communicating with America. But the coldest part is America cut off all ties with Russia before this shit happened. So what do you expect for them to do?
No, they cut this shit off after this happened.
Before that, Biden had already shut down airport travel and all that shit before.
No, she got arrested February 23rd. Biden didn't shut down shit until March, basically. I want to say it was like March 7th or March 5th. So the whole time that she was incarcerated, didn't nobody even know that she was even incarcerated until Biden shut everything down. And now Russia like, well, hey, you shut our down. You shut down our shit.
But that's what I'm saying. So what can you really expect? If a nigga cut my money off, I'm not talking to a nigga no more. Period. Mm-hmm. So that's what he did.
You see how they did their own bitch and suck.
I feel like that certain shit be fucked up, and that's why I be like, we honestly living in our last days because
everybody living in their last days. Nobody know when nobody gonna die. Everybody's supposed to die. Like that.
If you saying we living in the last days. When they was slaving motherfuckers, that should have been the last day. Because I'll be damned if I'm getting whooped like that back then. Bitch, just take me.
You living in your last days because you ain't living right, you ain't eating healthy, and you hit your 30s. Dead homies.
This is why I say living in our last days. The Bible, everything that we're going through is fucking in Revelations.
My great grandma been talking about Revelation since I known her. She was born 1910, nigga. She died at 102. So, I met her when she was like 60 or 7 or 70, bro. She was old as fuck. Like that shit is like everybody gonna say the same cry. Like, you know, whatever you believe in is what you believe in, and whatever you believe in and whatever you speak for and whatever you put your energy to, that's what manifests out. Like, you feel me? That's how I go. You know, you praise to the Most High, you praise to the Most Allah, you praise to the universe, you pray, whatever.
If anything, when it comes to this world and we living in our last days, we're living in our last days off the simple fact that what progression of technology is doing to the world.
Hell yeah.
That's what it is.
Nah, I agree with
what technology is doing to the world.
I agree with that one. I for sure agree with that one.
I be feeling like living in your last days is when you start.
But think about it.
When you start surviving and not living, that's living in your last days.
They talk about gas. They talk about the price of bread. Everything that's going on right now.
Living in your last days is because shit is getting like shut off. Like, you know, access to shit is being cut off. Like, you know, not from a.
So if we woke up tomorrow and the government said, I'm shutting down all technology.
That's why they trying to put everything on.
I'm shutting down all technology. But if everybody gonna be able to talk.
But that's why I said. Technology and what it's doing to the when I hear living in your last days, I think of, you know, or when they say God is finna come, I think of nothing existing. Like, you know, he coming back in water or fire, and this whole shit gonna be fucked over. Mm-hmm. Not because they turning the technology off or they doing this or doing that, because we just gonna be living without technology. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think of living in your last days, it's actually seeing God.
Yeah. But if they was to cut technology off right now,
I'll just be
if you honestly look at it,
point blank period.
When you go into the store barely want to accept cash. When you go into the store barely want to accept change.
They're gonna have to start back accepting that.
How the fuck are they gonna start back accepting that when the internet produces money and everything was a shutdown right now?
But I just feel like if there was once upon a time when there was none of that. You better
go watch.
The reason why I feel like it's living in our last days if that happens, because
you better go watch Mad Money.
What I'm saying is,
with Queen Latifah.
Can I talk?
I'm sorry, baby.
What I'm saying is, when they say living in your, I mean, when you fuck, what I was saying, it was basically just to say, like, a motherfucker will feel like we're living in our last days because technology is being stopped, or they say this, and that.
But it's finish.
Because that's what the fuck we used to. That's what they made us used to. We spend all day long on these devices with our phone. Go look up in your phone and see how long it say that you be on your fucking phone. That shit said I be on my phone for the whole day, like 22 hours, and then for the rest of the time I wasn't on my phone for like not even an hour, like 58 fucking minutes. So it will feel that way because that's what this time is. When it's all said and done, this technology is fucking up the world.
It's hook and bait. I'm gonna give you everything good. I'm gonna produce all this good shit. I'm gonna make you fall in love and take it right from you.
I just
shut you down to the modern evil. What is it? Matter evil time.
Well, I feel like, to me, I feel like
Stone Ages and shit.
It's just comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, people are comfortable with their phones and electronics.
Because how many numbers you know?
Because look at it like this. Like your kid's birthday, right? Mm-hmm. That whole day, I guarantee you don't be on your phone. Maybe you probably be on your phone a couple hours out of that whole day. If you find something to occupy your mind, that's what it is. You know what I mean? If you just have to find something, but because we have so much free time that our first instinct is let me pick up the phone. I'm on my lunch break at work. Let me get on the phone. But that whole time while I'm at work, that first 4 hours, you ain't even think about your phone.
But the world is progressing more to where
you're relying on it.
You're relying on your phone. There's not gonna at a certain time. There's not gonna be no books because the books are gonna be on your phone. There's not gonna be like certain things that we do without technology to interact. Is gonna be everything is fucking technology.
What was the first thing I said? School is teaching us a 5-minute attention span. You scroll like a motherfucker on your phone for how many seconds? You look at something for it's already training you to accessibly need them. So the moment your mind can't go past a motherfucking plot to see what the fuck the plan gonna be, you can't. You get so excited and just 15 seconds. The burst. Not only do you lose yourself. You lose your plan. You lose your thought of mind. These people are able to invade your privacy with anything because you have no stand nowhere. It all leads into you.
Well, I mean, I agree with that. And then some shit, they taught us a lot of shortcuts and shit when we was in school because it was easier. It's easier to remember. So, like, they tell you this, like, what they tell you in school, the process of operation. they gave you that PEMDAS. That, please excuse my during salad.
Right.
That's to make it easier for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you have to think about it. If they would have taught you that whole process, it would have took you forever.
And then eventually taught you in life how to execute a motherfucking plan, because that made you see how to connive and shortcut shit in life.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, we shouldn't be so reliant on electronics, but they do have their benefits too. And they have their, because I feel like a lot of that shit,
the base supposed to look good.
A lot of that shit would have been a lot easier for us in school too if we would have had certain shit too.
I feel
because here's my thing.
We wouldn't be able to have the knowledge that we have to pass down the last little good shit to hope that yours can lead it on though.
Well, you're supposed to, and that's what I'm saying, you're supposed to teach them that you're not supposed to be reliant on it, that it's supposed to be a resource. It's not supposed to be a crutch. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a resource. You go here and get your research, but you still need to read through the shit. It's not for you to take the shortcut and to fucking plagiarize and do all of that shit. It's not a shortcut. It's a resource. And that's what people need to teach you.
I feel like at a certain point it's gonna be not even a force. I feel like it's gonna be, well, yeah, it's gonna be a force. I feel like it's gonna be a force to have to rely on technology because like when we was watching in Ontario, when all them trees was just falling, for no fucking reason, just falling. Them trees ain't just falling just because them motherfuckers fell because it's too much car pollution, it's too much airplane pollution, it's too much bullshit in the soil and too much it's too much. They doing shit. They doing shit to make it they doing shit to make it's called like something like global cooling. They shoot shit in the air to make it cooler on the earth. You don't think that shit the yes.
I'm about to tell you right now.
But
that shit they shoot in the air.
They're supposed to tell you the truth, right? By law, they supposed to tell you the truth. But there's no way that they're supposed to tell you the truth. So they tell you the truth and entertainment, and they tell you the bullshit and like. So reality, y'all ever really paid attention to Moana? How the shit just really eating up the earth, eating up their land.
But,
you feel me?
But can I say something that pretty much just kills it all off? Would y'all agree that technology is a distraction?
Oh yeah. That's what we all.
So with it being a distraction, because when you ask people, everybody go to church no more.
It's gonna be forced to be a distraction because everything is gonna be built off of technology. Everything is not today. When our kids, everything's gonna be built off technology. Every fucking thing. But that's just how it progressed. You know, back in the days, they used to ride bikes. Then they came out with scooters. You don't even got to pedal no more. All you got to do is sit on that motherfucking press go. So what the fuck you think they going to have next after that? You know, it's just going to all progress.
When I say it's just a figure of speech. Like when they talk about food going the fuck up, when they talk about shit going up, because I could get deep up in this shit. But do I believe that the Bible was really written by that spirit? Hell no. Do I believe that it was written by a white man? Hell yeah. So everything that's in the Bible, and they call it the book of life. They call it the book of life. But then we open up the motherfucking Bible, certain shit that we going on in life is
basic instruction before leaving Earth.
Exactly. So if we down there at the last fucking book, and then you gotta ask yourself about fucking concentration camps, and what the fuck they got the concentration camps built, what the fuck is next? What's extra? Like if we wake up, if we go to sleep tomorrow, shit, we went
so
to
you
sleep
think that God planned this out?
God ain't playing nothing out. Do I think that the white man or the higher power did?
Yeah. So to say that we living in our last days, we can't say that. We can say that a nigga. We can say that these white motherfuckers plant this shit out and they put it in the book, and that's exactly how it's going. That's why it looks so familiar.
But this is
because how we're living now. How we're living now, being planned a long time ago.
This is why I said we're in our last days, because if the white man thinks that he's going to be able to control.
This is how I feel. Hold on, look.
We've been getting control.
I feel like
people been getting control.
The person that started this
hundreds and thousands of years ago.
The person that started this authority or system.
It's not an authority. It's a second over there too. It's not authority. It's a sense of control.
A system. The system.
Yeah.
You feel me? They can control the system.
Control. Yeah.
So I feel like whoever started this came too close to realness, which was the spirit, and was no witnesses. So it brought fear. So in every aspect of that fear, they look for ways to defeat whatever it was. And the story that they brung like followers and family pass downs and it became government. Then it became, first it became slavery, then it became government, then it became, like that's how I feel about it. That's only if you ask me. It's not too much of somebody just coming up with some shit trying to control some shit. Like, no,
this shit been a whole plan.
These motherfuckers experienced some shit and and the higher is real, and whatever they seen or saw or experienced or it freaked them, and they try to stop anything. Like what they call premonitions, but it's really called discernment. So it's like that's how I feel, because it's real. Like stuff is real. Things do happen.
Yeah, because concentration camps and all that shit came from the Bible. But y'all need to understand that. The Israelites was locked up in Egypt. That's a concentration camp. Yeah. It did. So what I mean. Who
locked them up in Egypt?
Pharaoh.
The Egyptians, like they were slaves.
My people go.
So
that came from the Bible, though. They weren't allowed to leave. They were locked up there. They worked and for free, basically. They didn't none of that. All that stuff came from. That stuff came from. So to think that somebody thought in their mind, whoever that is, who was that, Jimmy Lynch or whoever the fuck wrote that shit came from the Bible. Slavery came from the Bible. It was way before him. He didn't think of that shit on his own. All that shit came from somebody else. Right?
Family pattern, yeah.
They was locking people up a long time ago, before Christ, BC. Yeah. So yeah, this shit crazy. I don't know, but I feel like social media. I just feel like it becomes a distraction when you let it. I tell people, for me, social media, I'm not. It's entertainment for me. It's a way for me to kill time and shit like that. A lot of people, like, how many times you hear somebody die and the first thing they do is go to Instagram. Let me see if it's true. Like, I don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I knew social media was a distraction to real life problems when I've seen bitches on live read the comment wrong and respond.
I knew social media was a distraction when a motherfucker is going through a domestic situation and go live. That's your first thing, is to go live. You getting your ass beat at home and you going live? Come on, bro. Like that shit. That's why I'm saying some people is ridiculous. Bro. I just say, I don't. Social media is entertainment for me. It's not a distraction for me at all.
Yeah.
I could definitely go a whole day without my phone, no problem. Like, don't need it.
I knew it was real when I was at a whole family function and one of my favorite cousins leaned over and was like, "For real, you at the family function playing solitaire?" I knew it was real.
That being said, we about to hop off this.
We appreciate y'all.
We out of here.
Sorry for the dive.
Thanks for watching. Do, 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 do.